Get ready for a wild ride, Formula One fans, because the upcoming Austin Grand Prix is about to see huge upgrades that could change the game. But what exactly are these upgrades, and how will they affect the race? Let's dive into the video to know. In the coming days, 4 big Formula One races are happening in the United States, and they'll be racing in Abu Dhabi to finish the season. First, the United States Grand Prix is at the Circuit of the Americas. Then, it's Mexico City's turn, followed by São Paulo, and lastly, the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix, which will take place on the famous Las Vegas Strip. The Las Vegas Grand Prix has unique timing, with practice sessions starting at midnight local time and the race at 10 p.m., but that's a little over a month away. Let's focus on the Circuit of the Americas in Austin and the exciting car upgrades on the horizon. Mercedes major upgrade. Mercedes is gearing up for some significant changes in their car. This season hasn't gone as well as they hoped. They've had a taste of victory in the past, but this year they're far from the frontrunners like Red Bull. While they've done better than Ferrari, they still haven't caught up to Red Bull or the rising McLaren. What hurt them the most was something called bouncing in 2022. This year they've managed it better, but not completely. Mercedes' technical director, James Allison, said they'd like to eliminate the bouncing issue entirely. This bouncing problem isn't unique to Mercedes, but they're complaining about it this season. In Austin, Mercedes is introducing a completely new floor for their car. This upgraded floor will help them adjust their car's downforce and ride height more effectively. Last year, they had trouble because their car's ground clearance was too low, and it's too high this year, so they're working on getting it just right. Toto Wolff, the Mercedes team principal, admitted they had some confusion. The goal is to improve their car's performance, and James Allison hopes that the new design will also indicate they're moving in the right direction. While it might not lead to a massive speed boost, every little improvement counts. Still, don't expect them to surpass Max Verstappen in the upcoming race. Mercedes testing challenge. It's a bit worrying to see Mercedes struggling to match their car design and testing in the factory with how the car actually performs on the track. Teams usually try to do most of their testing digitally and in wind tunnels to ensure that any new car parts will improve their car, but Mercedes is spending a lot of money on this new floor to check they're going the right way, which doesn't seem right. It's expensive, and they should get things right in the factory. This upgrade for Mercedes isn't about improving the car's performance on specific tracks or fixing many problems with the W14. Instead, it's essential because Formula One cars use the ground effect to create downforce. The Mercedes technical director, James Allison, believes they understand what's wrong, but only time will tell if their fixes will work. The upcoming United States Grand Prix is a sprint race, which means Mercedes will have only one session to figure out their new floor and set up their car for the whole weekend. We hope they're up to it. Haas's big change in strategy. Now let's talk about Haas. They're following Mercedes' example from earlier this season. Haas is an American-owned team, and they've been using a certain car design, but it's not giving them the desired results. They're changing their approach. Haas was the only team still using a particular design concept after other teams like Ferrari and Mercedes switched. They were left alone with this concept, while Red Bull found great success with a different one. But in Austin, Haas is planning a major upgrade, including changing their side pods. The change was made because Haas felt their current concept wasn't helping them perform better. The team principal, Gunther Steiner, said they hit a performance limit with their current car. They had been working on it all year but saw no improvement. They needed to try something different because banging their heads against the wall wasn't working. Haas didn't want to spend their budget on their 2023 car because they couldn't make it go faster. So they're using the money to make big changes for Austin. It's good to see Haas being ambitious, even though their season had some early success with 3-point finishes in their first 5 races. Lately, they've struggled to score points and even lost their 8th place to Alfa Romeo in Qatar. Gunther Steiner was relieved to say goodbye to their current car, the VF23, and the season's last race didn't end well for them. Haas farewell to the VF23. We hoped the old Haas car would say goodbye with some championship points. There was a glimmer of hope, but it didn't quite work out. Hülkenberg was close to earning points in the sprint race, but a crash dashed those hopes. Kevin Magnussen couldn't turn his good tactics into points, and Nico Hülkenberg made a mistake with his starting position. The VF23 car is soon going away, making the Haas team happy. Haas is making some big changes in Austin. They've been using the same car for a while, and now they're bringing in a bunch of upgrades. This is a big deal because they haven't upgraded their car in a long time. They decided to make these changes during the season, which might seem strange, but they have good reasons for it. What do you think of these huge upgrades for Austin GP? Comment below and subscribe for more.